Hey, it's Travis from withtravis.com, and I am expanding a little bit to include some travel videos. My daughter and I recently had an adventure down to Atlanta, Georgia, and we visited the largest aquarium in the United States. Actually, the largest aquarium in North America. But first things first, if you're a parent on a vacation budget like I am, you first want to know, how much is this going to set me back? My daughter and I visited on a Thursday in February of 2026. And from what I can tell, anyone over the age of 3 is general admission. And so you're looking at about $55 per person. And I will say it is worth it to get the $25 parking pass. I think it was the same price while we were there, but I went ahead and bought it ahead of time, and it made it a lot easier getting in and out. The aquarium has its own dedicated parking garage, and I would highly suggest parking there. And if it seems crowded at first, travel on to some of the other levels, and you might end up just like we did, getting a spot right next to where you go in to the aquarium. I've been to a lot of aquariums in my lifetime. I've been to the one in Chattanooga and the Ripley's one in the Smokies, as well as what they've got going on in Epcot. And I've got to say, by far, this has been the most awesome aquarium that I have ever been to. And what makes it superior in my book is that a lot of the exhibits, you can get really, really close to some of this marine life. In fact, the sharks and the beluga whales and several other exhibits, it's almost like they're right beside you. Just the glass is keeping you from touching them. And there's something truly amazing about being within a couple feet of some of these massive sea creatures, because it really gives you a perspective of how massive they are compared to your standard human. It also really gives you an idea of just how amazing our God is, that He could create some of these huge and beautiful creatures that live in the depths of our ocean. One thing that really caught me off guard is how big otters really are. They're a lot bigger than I thought they were from all the videos I've seen on the internet. But not only are there a lot of huge behemoths, you also get to see the artistic side of God and some of the beauty that He's created, like these strange little sea dragons. Aren't they cool? Not only will you get to see things under the water, you'll also get to see a lot of animals that live above the surface, like penguins and puffins and all kinds of cool birds and life that live around our ocean. And the other thing that really sets this aquarium apart from all the other ones that I've been to is the amazing shows. They've got a sea lion show and a dolphin show that is just pure magic. And one thing that's really great about them is they're not very long. So if you've got some younger members in your family that are very active and hyper, they can probably sit through this and enjoy it because it's just not very long. One thing that I would suggest is getting to each of these shows 30 minutes ahead of time. And if you download the Aquarium app, you can actually get on there and make seating reservations for free if you've got admission that day. But that didn't work too well for me at the Sea Lion show. I made the reservations and showed a cast person the email that I received when I got in there, and she pretty much was just like, well, sit anywhere you want. Now, it was gold when we went to see the dolphin show, because when we got there 30 minutes early to try to get good seats, they wanted to see that email before they let us in. And so I'm guessing that if I hadn't have made those reservations, they wouldn't have let me in early to get great seating. One thing I'll say about the Sea Lion show is that you will want to try to avoid sitting behind those columns that you can see in the video. It will obstruct your view. There's not necessarily a great place except for really that middle seating, and that's probably where you'll want to be to get the best view. I will also say that they're not joking about the splash zone. If you sit in those seats that say you are in that zone, you will get wet. The sea lions were really cool, but man, the most awesome part of the day was definitely the dolphin show. Not anything like I had ever seen before. I've seen dolphins before. I've seen them at the beach in the wild. I've seen them in Epcot when Epcot had dolphins. And to see them working with trainers and to see the trainers making them do tricks and even surf on their backs is just really, really cool. And like I said, the show only lasts 15 minutes or so, but it is definitely worth getting there early and getting some great seats, because you have never seen anything like this before. It is truly spectacular. Another thing that I will say about cost is, like most big family entertainment places, the food in the aquarium is going to be a little on the expensive side. It is great that they allow you to bring in your own food if you want to do that, and they've got a very spacious food court with a cool look out over the city of Atlanta if you want to go eat there and buy food or take in your own food. But the shows and how you can just get so close to some of these massive sea creatures is just amazing. My daughter was really, really impressed by the whale shark, as was I. It's just amazing to think how God can create something so unique and beautiful and huge. I mean, they're just huge. We even saw a huge stingray or a manta ray. No marine biologist here, some type of ray, but it was huge. I mean, he could have easily spread his wings and been wider than my van. Like, he was massive, and so they've got just a spectacular setup here in Atlanta. If you get the chance to go down to Georgia and check out the aquarium, I would definitely encourage you to do it. It was definitely worth the price tag, and it is one of those places that if we end up back in Atlanta, I would definitely visit again. It is worth your time to check out. Hey, if you stayed all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or if it was helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you've got a question or comment, I would love to hear from you. Let me know what your question is or what you're thinking in the comments. I love to chat. And until next time, keep finding those adventures to go on with your family. Have a great one.